So that is what I'm used to. So just some practical tips for witnessing to Mormons. They're real people and you should get to know them. You should love them as people who are created in the image of God and have been deceived and need to hear the true gospel. Don't take for granted that they have heard the gospel. They may not have, the true gospel. So make sure that you explain that to them. But also just get to know them personally. We've had multiple missionaries into our home now, and so we've gotten to know about their families, some of what they've done in their lives, what they're planning to do, and things like that. So that's just one thing that you can do in getting to know them and witnessing to them. I'm not advocating for friendship evangelism. You should share the gospel with everybody, but there is a relationship that you can build with these men, and if you have women in your area who are missionaries, in building that relationship with them. Also, the Mormon missionaries have a very strict lifestyle, and they don't have all that much money for food. So if you get a chance, please feed them. It's just a way that you can be a blessing to them. Also, we have elders in our area, so male missionaries, and if you don't have any conscientious objections to it, I would suggest referring to them when they're here or when they're with you as elder, whatever their last name is, as their name tag would say. So give an example of Elder Rice. So if I was talking to him, I would call him Elder Rice. And in calling him Elder, I have no thought of ascribing to him any spiritual authority over me or anything. I merely use that as the title that they use, but I am in no way acknowledging him as a brother in Christ or as any authority in the church or anything like that. I know that they are unbelievers, and they know that I believe that they are unbelievers. Also, in meeting with Mormon missionaries, they do not drink coffee. It is against their religion. So if you remember it, just don't offer them coffee, offer them a glass of water. And they also don't drink tea, so just water is a good thing to offer to them. Love them as people who are created in the image of God and need the gospel. Love them enough to tell them the truth. We can tell Mormons why they're wrong and beat them with the Bible uphill and down, but that's not our purpose. If that is our purpose, then that is unchristlike, and we should examine our motivations. Our purpose should be to see them reconciled to God through the merits of Jesus Christ, to see them saved by grace through faith. And so we want to make sure that everything we say and do with the Mormon missionaries is done in love. Don't get stuck on side points. Make sure that you keep your focus in your conversations on the truth and not on error. Exposing the error as you share the truth, but let the truth be your main focus. There's certain things that you're not going to need to talk to Mormon missionaries about. The Mormon missionaries who come knocking on your door do not believe in polygamy. So that's just one example of things that you don't want to be stuck arguing with a Mormon missionary about, because why argue with them on that if they don't even believe it? Also, their temple garment, sometimes referred to as holy underwear, is not something to talk to Mormon missionaries about. There's much more important things to discuss, such as the character of God, who is Jesus, and what is salvation. These things truly matter, and they need the true gospel, not to have arguments about little side things. Also, every 6 weeks, Mormon missionaries have a chance of being transferred out of your area. So here, we're over 2 weeks into transfer period. So we have 2 missionaries here now, and some of them will stay for months on end. They'll stay for multiple transfer periods, but sometimes they have the chance of being moved every 6 weeks. So know that as you build a relationship with the missionaries, they may be moved out of your area. However, I do suggest getting their email address so that you can stay in contact with them. I now have emails for a couple different missionaries, and that gives you an opportunity to continue to share the gospel with them. So just keep that in mind, that the missionaries you're meeting with may be transferred out of area and you may have a new missionary. I also suggest keeping up on positive contact with the Mormon missionaries. So I had an example where the missionaries were leaving town. So I knew when they were going to be leaving, I asked them. So then I wrote to them and asked if they got to their destination safely, and I let them know I was praying for them, and that's a very important thing to do. Let your missionaries know that you're praying for them, the missionaries in your area. Also, in their meetings, if they're doing a lesson, they like to start with prayer and end with prayer. And that is a very good opportunity for you to offer to pray, and you can pray for them, and you can pray to the true God. So I hope this helps in just giving you some practical ways in tips for meeting with the LDS missionaries.